Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. Well, today is Q&A number 30. So without further ado, let's get started. QT for Eva says, if you could choose visiting outer space or the deepest part of the ocean, what would it be? Okay, so here's the thing. I just finished reading this book called Meg, which is about this giant, like 60-foot shark that lives deep, deep, deep down in the ocean. And in fact, when I was a kid, I saw Jaws when I was like, I don't know, 12 years old. And it like totally freaked me out because Jaws came out when I was like 12. That was like the first time you ever saw a shark in the water, like eating people. And so I would say that I would go to outer space because I'm pretty scared of sharks. That being said, I love the water. I love being on the water. But I think I'd like to go to outer space. I think there's maybe less scary things to get you out there. If you could invent something new, what would it be? Okay, so I have always wanted to understand and be able to speak other languages. But I have trouble learning other languages. No matter how hard I work on them, I have trouble with languages. So if I could invent like this little chip that you could like just plug in so that you could not only learn, but you could understand and speak fluently a language, and that would be like what I would love to invent. That thing would be the thing. I would love to be able to talk and understand people from other different languages and cultures. That would be like awesome. If you could change your name, what would it be? Easy. I know exactly what it would be. Instead of Sophie, I would be Courtney. Don't ask me why. I just have always loved that name. What's something you want to try but you're afraid to do? Oh, that's another easy one. Hang gliding. I have always wanted to try hang gliding, but the thought of like jumping off that, I mean, it's so cool looking, but the idea of jumping off has me terrified. I'm not so scared about the idea of skydiving, but for some reason, running off the cliff, I don't know, that terrifies me. But I think it would be really cool. So hang gliding would be the answer to that. Knowing what you do now, what would you do over? I mean, truth be told, I mean, if I could do anything over, there's so many different things that I would do over. I mean, there's like all these moments in time that I would totally do over. But if I was going to do like one major thing over again, I would learn how to surf when I was a kid. Because now I'm much older and I'm learning how to surf, and I wish I had learned when I was younger so that I had it in my body, because I watch real surfers and I'm like, oh, that's what I want to be doing. I want to be catching a wave like that. But I know that that kind of getting that into your body starts young. So if I would do anything over again, I would learn how to surf. Mariella S. says, have you ever been to El Salvador? Well, no, Mariella, I have never been to El Salvador. Never really even been to Central America, although I'd love to go to like Costa Rica and Guatemala, Honduras. I have a friend who is from Nicaragua, so I mean, I'd love to go to South America, but I haven't, or excuse me, Central America, but I haven't had an opportunity to do so. My husband has had a chance to travel, and he says it's amazing, but I've never had a chance to go. Josh M. says, who's your favorite Christmas singer? Which is kind of funny. You know, you can't go wrong with somebody like Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby to me is like one of the consummate Christmas singers. But for a modern Christmas singer, I think I would have to say my favorite is Amy Grant. I love her stuff. Margarita says, what do you do when you read a comment and someone says something bad about your videos? That's a good question. So here's the thing. If they are saying something that is criticism, that is useful and helpful, then I'm like, okay, maybe it makes me feel bad, but you know, I take it to heart because they're telling me something, they're helping me get better at what I do. If it's just some mean person who's just being mean, you know, what are you going to do? There's some mean, angry people in this world, and I can't let them get me down. And a lot of times I'll read them to my husband, Scott, and the two of us will just laugh about them because, I mean, you know, it's clear it's written by some angry 12-year-old boy who doesn't like what I do. And that's like, okay, dude, because guess what? There's a lot of other channels for you to watch. So click on over and do so. But, you know, don't have to write to me about it. So anyway, I mean, you just kind of, you got to let it go. You know what I mean? People are going to say what people are going to say, and you just have to do what's in your heart, and you do what you like. And, you know, the people who like you will watch you. The people who don't, they can go find something else. It's all good. Margarita also asks, do you have any fears? And if yes, what is it? Well, sure, I have a lot of fears. But I'm not like, I don't walk around being afraid every day. There isn't anything that really like that I think of that I'm like, oh, I can't get out of bed in the morning because I'm so scared about it. But, you know, I mean, like when I find myself in scary situations, like if I find myself in a big space and it's pitch black, that can be a little scary, especially if you like hear somebody else breathing in there. And I watch a lot of horror movies, and so, you know, like I love horror movies. So when I'm in the dark like that, my brain gets going, ooh, who's in here with me? But I mean, for the most part, I mean, although I have like regular fears, I don't have any real irrational fears. Except for, I am deathly afraid of lice. That's it. Lice creep me out. I'm not afraid of them, but they creep me out. What is your message for the children? That's an interesting question. What is my message for the children? I think my message for the children is that given the way our world is going, we have got to stop thinking that we are the only ones that are important, and we have to start thinking about the people around us. We have to stop being so selfish and have to start embracing others and being nice to others. Let's be nice to each other. I think that that's what I'd like to say to the children. Let's be nice to each other. Let's stop being mean to each other. And let's see where that takes us. Alyssa J says, do you ever shop at Bath & Body Works? And if so, what do you get there? So the only reason I ever shop at Bath & Body Works, I'll be honest, Alyssa, is when I have to do like a party and I've got to get a goodie for the kids. And, you know, I'll go and I'll get, like they love the hand sanitizer and the bath bombs and that kind of stuff, lotions, that sort of stuff. So I will do it when I have a party. But other than that, no, personally, I don't actually shop at Bed Bath & Beyond. And Lulu's Crafts asks, can you do tutorials on 18-inch doll clothes? No sew, using hot glue and fabric only. Okay, so here's the deal, Lulu's. I love making doll clothes. I used to make doll clothes when I was a kid all the time and use tape and like tissue paper and all that kind of stuff. And I promise I will get back to that kind of stuff. I promise. We just always seem to run out of time, but I promise that I will put that on my docket to make sure that we do some more doll clothes. And Lulu also wants to know, what's my favorite craft to do and why? So here's the thing. It's constantly changing. Whatever the new craft is out there that I discover, or I find a new material that I get to use, that's my favorite craft at the time. I love any and all crafts, and whatever's coming out is what I'm embracing and having fun with. So that's it, you guys. That's Q&A number 30. And if you like us, give us a thumbs up and make sure you share us with your friends. And hey, if you've got a question, make sure you put it in the comments down below and you might get included in Q&A number 31. Thanks. Check us out for more fun stuff at Sophie-World.com.